they moved Elias Abulazam from the city jail tonight to the Fulton County Jail tonight. And tonight we are learning more about how he tried to leave the country, and he passed through Detroit just yesterday. Hiding behind a green fenced-off gate at Atlanta Police Headquarters, detectives quickly put Elias Abulazam in the back of a sedan, and they drove off early this evening. Now, with a new mugshot, he is lodged tonight at the Fulton County Jail. He's accused of that horrifying stabbing spree, the prime suspect in 14 attacks on men in Flint, 5 of them deadly, along with 3 stabbings in Virginia, 1 in Ohio. Now, Abulazam was just minutes away from leaving the country when police caught up with him on Wednesday night. He was sitting at gate E17 at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta with a ticket in his hand to Israel. Michigan State Police got a tip that he was ready to fly out of the U.S., and minutes before, flight agents in Atlanta closed in. They called his name over the loudspeaker, and they arrested him at the ticket counter. He has been with Atlanta authorities, as well as Michigan State detectives came down on a plane earlier this morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning. They questioned him all afternoon long, and then at about 7 o'clock this evening, they moved him from the city jail where he was being held, and they brought him to the Fulton County Jail. Now, Michigan State Police are telling us that they were able to track his movements. He flew from Detroit to Louisville to Atlanta to try to get that flight to Israel. But they say, and this is coming from sources inside Homeland Security, that he may have had an earlier flight from Detroit to JFK to Israel, but there was some kind of delay between the flight from Detroit to JFK, and that is why he never got on that flight, but rerouted himself to Louisville and then to Atlanta, and then tried to get on that flight to Israel. Right now, he is being held, Fulton County Jail. We are waiting a word on extradition. We hope to learn more sometime tomorrow morning. That is the very latest. Reporting live in Atlanta tonight, I'm Christy McDonald. Dave, back to you.
Christy, thank you very much. Now, one of the big questions in the stabbing spree is the motive. What fueled so many vicious attacks? Action News reporter Glenda Lewis is live in Oak Park tonight to tell us what an expert told her about getting inside the mind of a serial killer. Glenda?
Well, Dave, could there have been a political message? Was he just practicing? These are all questions we explored in a candid conversation with a man who knows the criminal mind.
He obviously didn't care if he left witnesses, so I suspect that the killings were more a learning curve for him.
U of D criminal justice professor Dr. Robert Homant is familiar with the mind of a killer. He spent years as a prison psychologist and says in the Flint serial case, there may not have been a clear victim, even though 15 out of 18 serial stabbing victims were African-American men.
I suspect, for instance, that he selected men. There were no doubt opportunities to assault females that he didn't do. That may well be a cultural thing for him. Black, white, I don't know. We'd have to look at the demographics of the locations where he did the stabbings.
Homant believes if suspect 33-year-old Israeli citizen Elias Abulazam is indeed the serial stabber in the Flint area, his motives may have a deeper message that led to his calm demeanor.
I don't think this was hostile aggression in the sense of an angry impulse boiling over. I think it was more of a planned, calculated, political sort of, call it a statement.
Dr. Homant says serial stabbers are rare. They're usually rage-filled, attack sex crimes or attack women, but he says he would just like to sit down for 5 hours with this suspect and hear his thoughts. Live in Oak Park, I'm Glenda Lewis, Channel 7 Action News. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Glenda.